The Korean War: Unveiling the Untold Stories of a Forgotten Conflict. The Korean War, often overshadowed by World War II and the Vietnam War, remains a pivotal yet frequently overlooked chapter in modern history. Today, we delve deep into the untold stories of the Korean War, exploring its origins, key battles, personal experiences, and its profound impact on the world. Hello, history enthusiasts. Welcome to Timeless Tales, where we explore the fascinating stories of our past. And today, we're embarking on an in-depth journey into the Korean War. This conflict not only shaped the Cold War, but also left a lasting legacy that continues to resonate today. Let's dive in. To understand the Korean War, we must first explore the roots of the conflict. At the end of World War II, Korea was liberated from Japanese rule. However, this liberation soon led to division. The Korean peninsula was split along the 38th parallel, with the Soviet Union occupying the north and the United States occupying the south. This division was intended to be temporary, but it quickly solidified into two separate entities. In the north, Kim Il-sung established a communist government with Soviet backing. In the south, Syngman Rhee led a capitalist state with support from the United States. This ideological divide set the stage. Tensions between the North and South escalated rapidly. Border clashes and skirmishes became common as both sides sought to unify Korea under their respective regimes. By 1950, the peninsula was a powder keg ready to explode. On June 25, 1950, North Korean forces launched a full-scale invasion of South Korea, crossing the 38th parallel and advancing rapidly. This surprise attack marked the beginning of the Korean War, drawing the world into a fierce and bloody conflict. The North Korean People's Army, well-equipped and well-trained, quickly overwhelmed the South Korean forces. Seoul, the capital of South Korea, fell within 3 days. The situation was dire, and the international community could not ignore the aggression. The United Nations, led by the United States, responded swiftly. President Harry S. Truman and the UN Security Council condemned the invasion and called for member nations to assist South Korea. This marked the first significant military action by the UN, setting a precedent for future international interventions. Under General Douglas MacArthur's command, UN forces, primarily composed of American troops, arrived in Korea to support the South. However, the initial phase of the war was a struggle. North Korean forces pushed the UN and South Korean troops into a small defensive perimeter around the port city of Pusan, known as the Pusan Perimeter. The Pusan Perimeter was a critical juncture in the war. For 6 weeks, UN and South Korean forces held their ground against relentless North Korean assaults. The defense of Pusan was a testament to the resilience and determination of the Allied forces. Then came a turning point: the Battle of Inchon. In a bold and risky move, General MacArthur planned an amphibious assault behind enemy lines at the port city of Inchon. On September 15, 1950, UN forces launched the attack, catching the North Koreans by surprise and recapturing Seoul. The success of the Inchon Landing was a game-changer. It disrupted North Korean supply lines and forced their troops to retreat. With the momentum shifted, UN and South Korean forces pushed north, crossing the 38th parallel and advancing towards the Yalu River, the border with China. However, the war took another dramatic turn when China entered the conflict. Alarmed by the approach of UN forces, Mao Zedong ordered the Chinese People's Volunteer Army to intervene. In late 1950, Chinese troops launched a massive counteroffensive, pushing UN forces back and recapturing Seoul in early 1951. The Chinese intervention transformed the Korean War into a grueling and protracted conflict. The front lines shifted back and forth, with neither side able to secure a decisive victory. The war settled into a bloody stalemate, with brutal fighting and devastating casualties on both sides. Key battles during this period, such as the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir and the Battle of Heartbreak Ridge, epitomized the harsh and unforgiving nature of the Korean War. Soldiers endured freezing temperatures, rugged terrain, and relentless combat. Behind these battles were countless personal stories of bravery, sacrifice, and survival. Veterans of the Korean War, often called the Forgotten Veterans, have powerful and moving tales that remind us of the human cost of war. The Battle of Chosin Reservoir was one of the toughest experiences of my life. We faced not only the enemy, but also the brutal cold. Many of us didn't make it, and those who did were forever changed. Heartbreak Ridge was aptly named. The fighting was relentless, and the losses were immense. But amidst the chaos, we forged bonds that would last a lifetime. We fought for each other as much as for the cause. After 3 years of intense fighting, both sides recognized that a military victory was unlikely. Armistice negotiations began in 1951 but dragged on for 2 years, plagued by disagreements over prisoners of war and the future of the Korean Peninsula. On July 27, 1953, an armistice agreement was finally signed at Panmunjom, bringing an end to the fighting. The Korean War did not officially end with a peace treaty, but the armistice established the Korean Demilitarized Zone (DMZ), a heavily fortified border that still exists today. The Korean War left a profound legacy. The division of Korea remains one of the most enduring consequences of the conflict. The DMZ is a stark reminder of the war and the ongoing tensions between North and South Korea. The Korean War shaped the geopolitical landscape of the Cold War and beyond. It reinforced the ideological divide between East and West and set a precedent for international military interventions. The war also had significant social and economic impacts on Korea and the wider world. South Korea, once devastated by war, underwent a remarkable transformation. Through determined effort and international support, it rebuilt its economy and emerged as a prosperous and democratic nation. Today, South Korea is a global leader in technology, culture, and innovation. The resilience and progress of South Korea stand as a testament to the enduring human spirit. Despite the scars of war, the people of South Korea have built a vibrant and dynamic society. North Korea, on the other hand, remains isolated and authoritarian. The legacy of the Korean War continues to influence its policies and relationships with the outside world. The division of Korea is a poignant reminder of the war's unresolved issues and the ongoing quest for peace and reunification. As we reflect on the Korean War, we must remember the lessons it teaches us about the costs of conflict, the importance of diplomacy, and the enduring power of hope and resilience. The Korean War may be called the Forgotten War, but its human stories are unforgettable. Families were torn apart, and countless lives were forever changed. Let's delve deeper into some of these personal narratives. These interviews reveal the profound impact of the war on individuals and their loved ones. The resilience and strength of these people highlight the enduring human spirit in the face of adversity. Survivor 1. My father fought in the Korean War, and he rarely spoke of it. It wasn't until I found his letters that I truly understood the horrors he faced and the courage he displayed. Survivor 2. My family was separated during the war, and we didn't reunite until decades later. The pain of those years apart is something we still feel today. These personal stories provide a powerful reminder of the human cost of war. They underscore the importance of remembering and honoring those who lived through this tumultuous time. The Korean War offers numerous lessons for contemporary geopolitics. It highlights the dangers of ideological extremism, the importance of international cooperation, and the need for ongoing dialogue and diplomacy. The institutions and alliances formed during and after the Korean War, such as NATO and the UN, continue to play crucial roles in maintaining global peace and security. Understanding the history of the Korean War helps us appreciate the complexities of international relations today. Efforts for Korean reunification remain ongoing. Despite the challenges, there is hope for a peaceful resolution and a future where the Korean Peninsula is united once again. As we look to the future, we must remain committed to learning from the past. The Korean War reminds us of the importance of peace, diplomacy, and the enduring human spirit. Together, we can work towards a world where conflicts like the Korean War are truly a thing of the past. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Korean War. Let's continue to honor the memories of those who fought and strive for a future where their sacrifices lead to lasting peace. Thank you for watching Timeless Tales. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more captivating stories from history. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep remembering.